Okay, so I wanted to put together a quick tutorial on Operative IQ, just to help folks through if they have any questions, um, just to make the process a little bit easier. So when you first log in, you're going to want to select your unit. I'm going to use Ambulance 3 today for demonstrations. When you click on it, you're going to get a choice of either Join Shift, this may say Continue Shift, or New Shift. If you're just starting your shift for the day, you're going to click on New Shift. Um, the Join Shift or Continue Shift would be used later in the day if you hadn't logged off or if you need to log back into the shift that you started in the morning to continue with a check sheet or to update some information. So for today, we're going to click on the new shift, which would start me a brand new shift on Ambulance 3 for today. And it's going to ask you some questions. Yes, you want to go to a new shift because you're starting your new shift for the day. Once you get logged in, you're going to get some choices. There's going to be some menus over here on the left. The first thing that's going to pop up is your inventory tabs. Remember, these tabs are only for the first Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. for the month. So that first week of the month is when we're going to do these inventories. Every other day of the month, you're going to go over here and click on Inspections. Under the Inspections tab, anything that's red is what's due for the day. The grayed out buttons you see can still be clicked on and performed for the day, but they're not required. So you'll see there's a medication usage. If you use fentanyl or ketamine, this is the tab you would click on to go in and log that information, and then you would click Submit. Okay. The tabs are pretty self-explanatory. You put in your crew member, select which letter truck you have for the day, and you select on the appropriate buttons. If you need to leave a comment, if something's missing, you can type it in the comment section and you click on Submit. Once you're done with that, it will turn green for the day. The daily cab inspection, the drug log, and the daily patient compartment inspections are every single day. The other tabs that you're going to see will be specific to the day of the week. Like you see here, we have Friday. Today's Friday, so it's going to automatically populate the Friday checks for the day. When you go into those, again, they're very specific. The weekly checks or the daily checks other than the first day are very simple. Yes, you have 2 of those. Yes, the dextrose is there. I have 1 bottle of aspirin. I have 2 Zofran. If I say no, I can put a comment in of what's missing. If you are missing something for medications, please restock them out of the medication cabinets that we have. When you're done, you click on Submit. If anything is missing from the field, it will not let you continue. You have to populate all of the fields for it to continue. And again, it will turn green. So that's your daily, everyday checks. It literally is just a quick, yes, it's there, no, it's not. Yes, it's there, no, it's not. The PARs are listed in next to the descriptions. So if it's a BAM, you can see here, it says there should be 2. Bougie, there should be 1. Again, if you notice anything that looks off and you think we should or shouldn't be carrying as much, just give us an email. Email to the EMS supply group, that Gmail address, and the folks will take a look at it and adjust those as necessary. As far as the inventory tabs, for the first week of the month, we'll click on Fridays today just to show you an example. So today's Friday. If today were the first Friday of the month, we would have to go in and do a full inventory of the jump kit. It's Jump Kit Friday. These are a little more in depth. So as you click on them, you're going to have a PAR listed of what there should be. And then you have a box here that lets you choose what you actually have. The easiest way to do this is when you open it up here you've got a button that says Set to PAR. That will set all your levels to PAR. You can adjust them from there. Preferably, you're going to either be at PAR or get them to PAR. So if you don't have a bag of 25 Lancets, you don't need to put a 0 in here. What we want you to do is go to the cabinet, get a bag, and make this equal to the PAR. Same thing with 2x2 gauzes. If you only have 2, you're not going to put a 2 here. You're going to go get 2 make this 4 so that you can continue. As far as your expiration dates, things that have expiration dates, every item that has a date needs to be recorded. You can either click on the calendar and scroll through the dates, or you can click on the field and enter it manually. You can click in here and type it. When you're done, you hit save. That's going to turn it green. Some of the more complex ones, like the drug boxes on Saturdays and the out-of-box drugs, we'll look at the medication kit. There's going to be a few things that you have to enter dates for. Now, you'll see here that these dates are populated. These are the dates that were populated on the first Friday of the month. Today is the 2nd or 3rd, so it's showing me what the dates were for that month, for that check. When we get to the first Friday of May, when I click and open this, it's going to give me a box that will reset all these dates, and I will have to go in and enter them again. Same thing with your out-of-box drugs, like we talked about before. You hit set to par, that will set your pars. If you're not at par, try and replace the item through the medication cabinet or the supply cabinets. The only time you should leave these numbers other than what the par is if you can't replace it. If you go to get a bag of an oral glucose and there's only one in the cabinet, you can't get another one, so you got to leave it at 1. Okay. Same thing with expiration dates. If the date is expiring, like you'll see here, we've got the Zofran expires on 5/31/19. When you hit save, that's going to generate a message to the EMS supply group automatically. So we'll hit save, and you'll see it'll turn yellow. The other thing you're going to notice is it put a little exclamation mark over here next to request supplies. If I click on that, you're going to see it's requesting 1 tube because we could not stock it to par. The other thing you want to make sure you check when you look at this, if you do submit one of these, is this box up here where right now it says medical drug cabinet. We have them defaulted to go to certain drug cabinets or storage cabinets, but just confirm that it's the right one. Obviously, the oral glucose is going to come out of the drug cabinet. If this were CPAP units, you would want to make sure that it reads one of the other supply rooms that's appropriate. It's not here to choose from because this is a medication, so it won't let me. But if this were another item, it would let me choose from the EMS supply locker, for example. So once you're done with this, when you hit submit, this is going to automatically generate a request to the supply group to say that you need X amount of items for this truck. Again, just to reiterate, we only want to do this if you can't restock it through a cabinet. So that really is the nuts and bolts of this. It's a very simple system. The trick to it is to remember that this inventory tab is only the first week of the month. Every other day of the month, you're just going to be doing the inspections. Again, it's very simple. The drug box number, seal number, and the date the box expires. Very, very simple. Oop, wrong spot. And you would hit submit. If for some reason you're in the middle of your truck check and you get a call, you can hit this save in progress button, and that will save everything. It won't submit anything. It will save everything. So you're frozen in time. You'll need to go back and finish it. You'll see the drug box is yellow because I haven't submitted it. So when the call is done, I can come back in here, continue where I left off, and then click on submit. It's fairly self-explanatory. When you're done with your check sheet, everything is green. You would come over to here and select log off. When you log out, it will log you off of the system. Simple. Now, if you're still working for the day, 3 o'clock rolls around and you need to log some medication usage, you would simply go back in, log back into the system, pick your unit, and continue shift. because you've already started that shift. This will take me right back to the same shift I was on. I'll see all the information that I had already put there, as you can see. I could go into the medication usage and log the medication that I used and click submit, and then log off again. It's very simple. That's really the gist of it. If you guys have any questions, you can ask myself, Zach Gobin. Most of the ADOs and the lieutenants are somewhat trained on this. We're working on getting everybody up to snuff on it. But again, if you have any questions, just ask. It's really simple. And I think once we get it up and running to its full capacity, you're going to see some very good changes coming out of it. So if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks, guys.